MW3's big Season 2 reveal just dropped, and guys, this is pretty huge. When it comes to Modern Warfare Zombies, we do have a lot to work with and a lot to look forward to. And in today's video, we're going to go over everything coming in Season 2, all the modes for multiplayer, Warzone, and primarily MWZ across the board. There's a few things I want to be honest about with this reveal, Zombies specific, actually what's going to come to be when the season officially drops. But let's get straight into it. So first and foremost, as we know, there is a lot of stuff coming to Warzone multiplayer, but here we're specifically focusing on MWZ. That's what we focus on here on the channel, is Zombies. The season seems to be, as we know, centered around The Walking Dead. They have a collaboration with Michonne, as well as Rick and other characters from The Walking Dead, as well as lore and different modes that are going to be coming to multiplayer. There's going to be new maps that are overgrown, look like they have been part of the apocalypse for quite a while. So that is pretty interesting. Now, as a Zombies player, as a Zombies community, we seem to think that this is going to be a big thing for MWZ. I want you guys to hold it right there really quick. This is a huge deal because this season primarily revolves around zombies. The Walking Dead obviously being one of the biggest IPs in the industry for zombies, one of the most famous shows. I honestly didn't watch the whole thing towards the last seasons. It really got repetitive and I didn't like where the storyline was going, but that's a discussion for another time. We do know that it is all about zombies. It kind of gives the feel of The Last of Us, these maps with them being overgrown, dilapidated, switched up. Furthermore, we have a bunch of aftermarket parts coming to the title. We have a chainsaw. This is going to be absolutely insane. You guys can see it right here, actually used in the zombies mode. It's an attachment, an under barrel attachment for your weapon, and you're going to be able to use it across the board, multiplayer, Warzone, zombies. I want to see how this is going to do in zombies. Seems super interesting. It is called the Jack Limb Ripper. Super exciting. We also have a plethora of different weapons and challenges coming to the mode. Now, if you guys look, this is Black Cell for Season 2. A lot of these skins that are going to be in the Battle Pass look zombie related. They look like they have the dark ether in them, the Ethereum glow coming out of their heads and their faces. And then we have a brief look at the Battle Pass for Season 2. I like the aesthetic of this season. I like the way it's going. Again, you see the Ethereum crystals on the side. This is kind of going to be centered around zombies. Again, we do have these zombies specific drops in the Battle Pass. Those are not too good, but they are kind of convenient to have. Otherwise, you know, it is not completely necessary to have this. The biggest thing for this season that I've seen is the skins. Like, look at this guy. This is John Doe. He's Spec Guru. He's going to be at launch. He's Black Cell, instant unlock. This isn't the tier 100 unlock for the Battle Pass. This is instant unlock. He looks absolutely insane. This is just a skeleton, a gold skeleton with the Ethereum glow coming off of him and his weapons. Super beautiful in my opinion. Next off, look at these four skins. The first one kind of giving a Predator vibe to it, as well as the fourth one kind of giving a Predator vibe to it. The second one, I think this is one of the coolest skins they have brought into the game. Now, I will say MW3 as a whole, they have brought in one of my favorite, if not my favorite skins I've ever seen in the franchise. They're super awesome between the Ripper, the Ethereum guy, different things like that. These skins are absolutely beautiful. Again, this skin is showcasing the overgrowth, the virus that is coming out of this character that is tied to the Walking Dead themed season. We're going to have different weekly challenges with different kind of camos like we've seen throughout season 1. So this is awesome that they're bringing forth this and continuing on. But let's go over the bread and butter. What you guys are really thinking and interested about is MWZ specifically. What is coming to the mode? What can we expect? As we know, season 1 was kind of lackluster in the department of content, whether it was different missions, new added zones. Yes, we did get the Dark Aether. We got new schematics and we got one addition to the storyline, but it was pretty stale, to be honest with you. As we see, the Dark Aether story is going to continue. Again, Operation Deadbolt strike teams are tasked to confront a new anomaly in the exclusion zone. We're going to enter a second rift and face down the largest infested stronghold we have ever encountered as we enter a new terrifying rift. So this is awesome. This rift is specifically going to be geared around the biggest stronghold we have ever done, and it's going to be littered with zombies, high tier zombies. Is this going to be tier 5? Is this going to be tier 6? We don't know. We already have tier 4 in the title, so we will have to see. We're going to have new challenges and schematics with the prestige, tied to prestige levels that acquire zombie challenges and gather new schematics to aid your progress. We also have a new warlord that we have seen numerous times. Is going to be Caress, an elusive chemical warfare specialist. Caress has set up some impressive defenses at the kill house in the Orlov military base. Prepare effectively before attempting to take her out. This is going to be awesome. I think think the kill house is going to be a fully closed-in environment, so we can't like parachute in, kind of like what we were doing with the Dukabi until they nerfed it. I think it's going to be a fully enclosed, close quarters combat building. The rest is interesting to me. I hope they kind of do it how they did with DMZ, where it is kind of like the chemist. He's out in the open. He has a specific zone. He has guys around him. And once you enter that area, a generalized area, to attack the Warlord, it's going to switch the pace of the game up, and we're going to get loot for him because Dukabi, I'll be honest with you, I fought Dukabi, and it was just bullet sponge. It was just bullet sponge after bullet sponge. And then we got the weapon, and you couldn't even keep the weapon. It was a contraband-only weapon, so it's kind of a bummer. So hopefully they switch it up with Caress a little bit. We'll see where that goes. And then mid-season, we're going to get more additions to the Dark Aether story acts. So this is awesome. Hopefully they do a little bit better than they did in Season 1, and they don't just drop one mission. They drop numerous missions, battle alongside the rest of the squad, completing a series of dangerous tasks, and find your way out of the Dark Aether before it's too late. So I think right there where it says that, we are going to be able to have numerous tasks to do, not only at the beginning of the season, but during the mid-season update. The new schematics we're going to get is a VR11 Wonder Weapon. This is something we kind of already knew was going to come. Then the Blood Burner Key. Interesting. I'm not too interested in this. All this thing does is it's going to spawn the Blood Burner bike for us, and you can have it instantaneously. The thing is, you get off the bike, someone runs up and takes it. It's not going to be that workable, especially after the nerf where it can't drive on water and things like that. The biggest schematic that I think is awesome, and something that I think is fantastic that they've brought to the series in general for zombies, is mags of holding. This essentially means all your reserved ammo goes straight into your clip, so you have infinite amount of ammo without reloading ever until your reserved ammo runs out. So for these LMGs, for these things like that, you could be dumping thousands and thousands of rounds just straight at the enemy as you're collecting more ammo when you're fighting stuff up. You can essentially just shoot forever for the entirety of the game. That is super awesome to me, and I'm super excited to see that. Now let's take a step back from the general discussion based off of everything we're given in this blog post. I want to be honest with you guys, I am still skeptical. You guys know here on the channel, I try to be as positive as I can be, but even though it is a zombies themed season, you know, The Walking Dead, everything, we're going to get a lot more to the acts. As we can tell, we hope that that is actually what's going to happen. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still a little skeptical, only because a lot of things seem like it is geared towards Warzone. You got Fortune's Keep coming out. You have multiple different maps, as well as zombie-specific game modes. We have Horde. We have other infected maps that are specific with different capture point game modes. But what I have always thought since the beginning and since the launch of MW3 is they didn't think zombies was going to do as good as it did. They weren't ready for it. That has been my honest opinion since the beginning. They were not ready for the amount of players that enjoy this game mode. And Season 1 was kind of a turn and burn, kind of just to get the player base a little bit at bay. They already had it in the pipeline. They knew it was coming up. But with this AMC, The Walking Dead specific collaboration, they have had this contract for a little bit. This didn't just come overnight. This is something they prepped for. And I think Season 2 is really where they're not only going to be pushing zombies specifically because of the reaction and the retention that zombies has held since the beginning of launch, but really where they're going to just push MW3 as a whole for the game itself, for the game, a live service game across the board from Warzone, multiplayer, and zombies. I really think that is where they're finally going to put all the bread and butter and all the beefiness of everything that they've been trying to work for, and they're really going to push a lot. Again, we don't know. We're going to have to see what's going to happen come launch. But this is what I really think has been kind of the timeline for the game. Season 1, again, was a little bit of a buffer, keep the player base at bay so they can push out what they truly wanted to push out for Season 2, and then moving forward, it's just going to expand. Because as I've said so many times, zombies, there is so much this mode can work off of, so many different things that can be implemented. This mode is so expansive. In my opinion, it is the most, by far, expansive zombies experience Call of Duty has ever implemented in the game. Obviously, as we know, round bases vary. You do this on this map, and then it's just a repetitive thing, which is fantastic. I love that. And then Outbreak came out. It was good, but it was a centralized zone within a map. It wasn't a full open world like we have this year. So I do think this mode is going to be super expansive, and since they've seen the player base respond so positively to the game mode. I really think they're going to be putting their best foot forward and push the mode even further. Let me know down in the comments below, are you excited for Season 2? Are you ready for it? I know I haven't made content a lot and recently here on the channel. Life has gotten busy for me, as well as I kind of got burnt out from zombies. Since launch, I've put over 400 hours in pushing out content, as you guys know, and I kind of took a step away from gaming as a whole. I played a couple other games, but for the most part, I really haven't been playing games all that much. I've been waiting for Season 2, so that's why I'm making this video. And if you guys haven't already, drop a like on the videos. It helps me and the channel grow, and subscribe for all things MWZ, because you guys know here on the channel, we're going to be covering everything that's coming in Season 2. I'm a Walking Dead fan. I'm a Zombies fan. I'm a Call of Duty fan. So let's see what they bring to the table. I'm super excited about it. And as always, guys, stay happy, stay hyped, and have a beautiful day.